Skyrim is one of my favorite games of all time, and with Elder Scrolls 6 still a long ways off, I decided to start a new playthrough and thought this would be a good time to make a video of some things I wish I knew my first playthrough. And currently I'm playing the special edition on PC. I prefer this version over the anniversary edition. You get good graphics for a game this old, it's well balanced, and it's very close to the original version. I play on PC, but I use a controller. Controller or keyboard and mouse are both totally fine to use, and the console version is very good too, so if you don't have a gaming PC, the console version is still very good. Now, the first thing you'll want to remember to do is make a manual save at the character creation so you can skip the first 5 minutes of the intro on your next playthrough. If I haven't played Skyrim in a while, I'll still take the cart ride with Ulfric, but if I want to just try a new class or level a new character, I like to load up a save from either character creation or a manual save from as soon as I escape Helgen. As for character creation, I won't get too deep into it, but each race has their advantages, and if you're playing on default difficulty, any race is viable. For the two-hand heavy armor build I'm currently using, I like to go Nord for the plus 10 to two-hand weapons and plus 5 to smithing, and the 50% frost resistance is nice as well. Orc is probably better for my two-hand melee build because of the bonus to heavy armor, but I really enjoy playing as a Nord for the role-playing aspect. Breton is probably the best all-around, especially early game because of the Magicka resistance and Conjure Familiar spell. And Argonians and Khajiit are both good stealth classes if you want to make a stealth archer or any stealth class really. Then Dark Elf, that one's pretty good with destruction magic, so if you want to go full mage, Dark Elf's a pretty good one. But your first time playing, I would say just read the description on each one and go with what looks the most fun to roleplay as, or what fits the type of character you want to try out, and you'll be totally fine. For the general gameplay, if this is your first time playing, I recommend at least trying the default first-person mode. I really enjoy the feeling of being in Skyrim when playing, but if you don't like first-person or if it makes you dizzy, you can click down on the right stick on your controller to go third-person mode at any time. While escaping Helgen, one thing you want to make sure to do is pick up the mage outfit in one of the locked cages in the torturer's chamber. Even if you don't plan on wearing light armor, you'll want to do that. Light armor with spells attached sell for a lot, especially for how much they weigh, and carry capacity is very limited, especially if you plan on wearing heavy armor. A general rule I use early game is if the item is worth 10 gold per 1 pound of weight, I'll keep it to sell later. If not, I just leave it. Later in the game, you'll get increased carry capacity potions and gear. I like to keep those in my inventory to use when I'm over encumbered. That way you can fast travel to your house or a vendor to unload or sell heavy items. Eventually you'll be able to bring a companion with you, and you can just unload any heavy items to them and have them carry them back to town for you. Some of the best loot to get early is lightweight, expensive items like potions, lightweight armor, gems, certain books, armor with enchants. Even Alito wine can make you good money early in the game. Before you leave Helgen, there's a way to grind a few levels early on. When you come up to the bear, you can click down on the left stick to sneak and start hitting Hadvar with your weapon. He won't get mad, and it's a quick way to grind some early levels. Make sure to equip your main weapon type that you plan on using. That way you can level up your main weapon along with your sneak ability at the same time. In Skyrim, you level up your weapons and skills by using them. Each time you level up a skill, you gain XP for your character level as well. And each time your character levels, you gain a perk point that you can use to put into a specific skill like two-hand, heavy armor, and sneak. Each time you gain a character level, you also get a point that increases your health, stamina, or magic. And early on with this two-hand heavy armor build, I like to put 1 point into stamina for every 2 points I put into health. This gives a pretty good balance of survivability and attack. If you prefer to play without any level grinding, you can take down the bear pretty easily from stealth with the bow or just sneak past him. On default difficulty, you should be able to get by without it. One thing to keep in mind is save often. Creating a manual save after you escape Helgen is a good idea, especially if you end up doing multiple playthroughs and want to skip some of the intro stuff. Once you escape Helgen, you can follow Hadvar and he'll take you to the Guardian Stones, which is your first XP boost shrine. As far as the Guardian Stones, they give you a 20% XP boost to a specific set of skills. And those skills are Mage, Thief, or Warrior. And you can fast travel back to these stones at any time and swap which one you want active. The Mage Stone gives you boost to Enchanting, Alteration, Conjuration, Destruction, Illusion, and Restoration. The Thief Stone is Alchemy, Light Armor, Pickpocketing, Lockpicking, Sneak, Speech, and Archery. And the Warrior Stone is Smithing, One-Handed, Two-Handed, Block, and Heavy Armor. Later on in the game, you'll come across the Lover Stone, which gives a 15% XP boost to all three, but it doesn't stack with the Guardian Stone unless you have the Ethereal Crown, which you can also get later in game. Another way to get an XP boost is sleeping in a bed, and that'll give you a well-rested XP boost, and that's 10% on everything. And that lasts for 8 in-game hours. And the well-rested bonus does stack with the Guardian Stone. If you decide to get married later in the game and sleep in your own bed, you get a 15% rested XP boost. And this does stack with the Guardian Stone. So that's a potential 35% XP boost. And when you get to town, you'll follow Hadvar and you'll get some dialogue with the blacksmith in town. And then you'll want to go to the inns and the shops. In most of the towns, innkeepers and vendors are a great place to pick up quests. You don't need to do all the quests. To toggle active quests, just hit A on the quest, and if it's toggled on, it'll show up on your map. I usually toggle on all the quests and then manually set a marker to go to the quest that I want to do next. And most quests don't directly give you XP, but do give you good rewards and help you progress the story, and you'll naturally level as you complete the quests. So the vendors are a good place to pick up quests. It's also a good place to pick up gear and potions. Early in the game, I like to buy as many lockpicks as I can. You level up your lockpicking even if you fail picking a specific lock, and as you level your lockpicking, it gets a lot easier. Most locks you can pick at any level, so as long as you have enough lockpicks, you should be able to pick pretty much anything. The first quest I normally do is the Bleakfall Barrow quest you get from the vendor at the Riverwood Trader. That's the first dungeon or cave that you do, but there's no specific order you need to do quests in. This one just typically comes up first in the context of the game, and I like to treat each cave or dungeon like it's a maze. Pretty easy to get lost in them, but if you do get lost, I like to keep going either right or left in one direction only and keep checking my map until I figure out exactly where I am. Don't worry too much if you miss some loot. You can always go back later and pick it up. And while you're in there, you want to loot all the chests and urns that you come across. A lot of urns have gold or gems inside, which sell for a ton of gold. And you can save the gems, which you can use to craft rings and necklaces later in the game. Bleakfall Barrow also has another spot where you can grind some early levels, especially in Restoration. And you'll come across one of these gate traps. The gate will swing open on you and do a pretty good amount of damage. What you can do is equip your Magicka gear. And it's not a bad idea to activate the Mage Guardian Stone before you go in here, and that'll help you level up Restoration more quickly. You can let the gate hit you over and over and heal yourself, and that'll level up your Restoration real quickly. If you level up Restoration early, it helps you not have to use as many potions, which can save you some money and keep you from dying a lot early on in the game. If the only Restoration spell you use is heal, it takes a while to level, so this trick can help you level a lot quicker. While doing this Restoration grind, you'll want to save often. The gate can occasionally kill you when it crits, but once you have around 140 points into health, you should be able to survive the crit every time, so you don't need to save as often. There are other gates and traps later in the game if you want to do a resto grind later. You can also do a resto grind on weaker enemies you come across in the game. You can definitely skip restoration grinding if you want to just level your restoration naturally as you play the game, or you can just use more potions for healing, but that can get a bit expensive. Keep in mind, at the end of a lot of dungeons, there are some good loot rewards and possibly important quest items, so make sure to search around for chests and pick up everything that looks interesting in the final room. And my final tip is don't rush through the game, just explore, have fun. Skyrim is a true open world RPG. There's no wrong way to play, and it's one of my favorite games of all time. So hopefully this helps get a little bit of a quick start in the game. And let me know if you're interested in part 2. I'll be going a bit deeper into combat, leveling, perks, smithing, and enchanting. Thanks a ton for watching, and I'll see you next time.